on, y'all? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com.
Crystal Sykes, LadySavage.com.
Coming back at you with another Keto Savage Kitchen recipe episode. Alright, so we got, what's the official name of this one?
This is just a pork rind crusted chicken. It is delicious. You can literally do it with any type of meat. You can do it with pork tenderloin. You can even do it with a steak. You can do it with chicken.
That pork panko is really, really good. We don't have any, so we're just doing pork rinds.
Yeah, I was just telling Chip that I'm awful at ordering things online, so I never order it. So I end up just making it myself. I enjoy it. I know it's real clean, and it's really not a pain in the butt. It just takes about 2 seconds. So I'm gonna show you how to do it.
How to do it, all right, what do I do?
How to do it. All right, so first things first, we're gonna tell you what we have. So we have 1 bag of pork rinds. We have the jalapeno ones. That was all that we had left, so that's what we're using. Normally, I'll just use the sea salt ones.
The salt and vinegar ones are really good.
This is a half a cup of grated Parmesan. You can do this recipe without it, but I think it tastes a little bit better with it. Any sort of olive oil, avocado oil. Avocado oil, I would say, is slightly better. It has a higher burning temperature, so it can get a little bit hotter with still the benefits of the oils. We have some pepper, salt, some of the real salt, seasoning salt, and then some sloppy mama. We decided to do some sloppy mama because there's the jalapeno, pork rinds. Then you should be able to make about 2 to 3 pounds, I think, of meat. I think is what I did before. It covered 2 pounds, but I did just pull aside 1 pound just to show you guys. So we have 1 pound of chicken. Again, you can make it with pretty much any sort of meat that you want. I've done it with several different things, but chicken's my favorite. You can also do it, this is chicken breast. You can do it with the thighs or wings or whatever you guys want. So let's get started. First things first is take the pork rinds, and you're gonna need a blender. So we're gonna throw them in the blender with the grated cheese, Parmesan. Such a man.
Muscles.
Oh. You didn't touch anything with these, right? To do first is put this lid on and blend it up just slightly, just to get it to kind of go down towards the bottom a bit. We can do. All right, we're gonna open her back up and separate the rest of them that haven't been crushed, so that they get hit next time. And then we're gonna add in, you want to add in the Parmesan?
Oh, I got this. Oh, yeah.
And then we can add in our seasonings as well.
A little slap your mama. A little pepper.
A little pepper.
A little organic sea salt.
That's seasoning salt, and then this is the salt. All right, and we can blend it up again. All right, so it really doesn't need anything super crazy. As far as the blending goes, it crushes real easily. So it looks like that. Looks pretty tasty to me. So then I just pour it right onto this other plate. All right, hold on there. All right.
Now you're going to get your Cassandrino's olive oil, or just any olive oil, heating up in your skillet. Is there like a specific amount? Or?
Yeah, so really what you're going to want to do is just cover the bottom of the tray and then add just a little bit, because you're probably going to use the pan twice or maybe even 3 times, depending on how big the pan is and how much meat you have. So we're going to let that heat up, and as soon as you put it in there, you want it to sizzle. So you want to let it warm up a bit. I'm going to put these seasonings away.
Can I start dredging this chicken?
You can start dredging it, yes. A lot of people use an egg wash. I do not use an egg wash. I don't. I find that it gets really messy and it doesn't actually help stick that much better. I get my hands in there. So, I'm gonna move all this to the side. Robert is being a little princess over here with his tongs. And I just like to get it in there and pat it down and cover it as much as you want. And then we'll throw it in there, but you can just kind of like leave it off to the side. I might need a little more oil.
More oil?
You don't want to be able to see any of the bottom of the pan. This one's a little bit harder to track the macros on because you're literally cooking it in the oil, but it's a delicious tasting one. You could also do the same exact thing, but instead of frying it, you can just stick it in the oven, and then you can use all the pork rinds and the cheese and stuff to still track your macros.
I want to try this with fish. Do you like some deep fried fish? Alright, can I start putting them in there?
Yeah, probably. That's how you know.
I'm gonna get my princess tongs back. You know?
And that pan is gonna get really stinking hot. And if you have one of those covers that goes over, like if you're cooking bacon or something like that, you're definitely gonna want it because it gets stinking hot and it pops all over the place. You can also leave the chicken in as the entire breast. I prefer them to be in like smaller pieces. I find that they fry a little bit easier. I really enjoy the smaller bites, or the smaller pieces. But you can really do it however you want. All right, so as I said, we only pulled aside a tiny bit of the chicken, or we pulled aside 1 pound of the chicken, and this will be able to bread between 2 to 3 pounds. I'm gonna put the rest inside of a baggie because we are going to actually cook the rest of our chicken either today or tomorrow. So I'm actually just gonna save this and use it for the same chicken, but I'm going to store it in the fridge. Don't store it in the cabinet. Even though it's pork rinds, it's mixed with cheese, and you've already put the chicken in there. So I'm only gonna store it until later today or tomorrow. Then I'll make some more chicken out of it, and it'll give me another pound or 2. So we will just leave that on one side until it's a pretty brown and crispy on one side, and then we'll go ahead and flip it.
And we are back. We have just cooked this chicken to completion. It looks and smells delicious. Definitely a little bit of a crazy chaos with that splatter. So if you have a splatter guard, what are they called?
I guess splatter guard.
Splatter guard.
Robert is just learning this because I'm the one that does it all the time. I actually asked for one for Christmas, but didn't get one. But I would highly recommend that you do. If you are someone who cooks a lot of bacon, or you're gonna be frying up some chicken or anything like that.
Also, we like to put some of this Primal Kitchen ranch on there to kind of fatten up the macros a little bit. We've also got some hot sauce on here. So get you a bite there, baby. This is pretty delicious, though. Pretty good.
It's so good. Perfect crunch.
And I'm not a chicken guy, but this is really good. Like chicken's pretty flavorless in my opinion. Under most situations, I'm so used to the bro diet and chicken and rice. So having given up chicken many years ago as a result of that, I don't really gravitate to it, but this with the pork rinds cooked in the olive oil fat with some Primal Kitchen dressing hits the spot.
Yeah, I love chicken, always have, probably forever will, and this is one of my favorite recipes. So, here's the thing. If you don't want to do it in the smaller chunks and you want to do it in like an actual breast or the thigh or something like that, you can always just check the internal temperature, make sure it's 165 degrees or higher, and then you'll be good to go. With the smaller pieces, it's so much easier to check to see if they are cooked all the way or not. So that's what I would do, and this is so good.
So we're gonna keep eating on this. For the full recipe video, the macros, the instructions, the breakdown, all the whole kit and caboodle, check out the recipe section at ketosavage.com, and we'll see y'all next time.